The Pet Shop Boys who sit before me. How you doing, guys?
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, we're having a little gossip there during that, just about the whole
bit of a moan.
Is that the stage what we've got to in life? Is it?
Yeah, that age.
Moaning.
Old gits.
No. We were just talking about the fact that we went outside and we did a little picture, and that was going to be put up onto the interweb machine. And you boys just said, Chris, you said, not for us.
I said we're early leavers.
Yeah.
We left ages ago. We can't be doing all that nonsense.
So why was that, Neil? Why did you?
We do have an official Pet Shop Boys Twitter account, I hasten to add. We left it because you get people start being abusive. Most people aren't. But a lot of people, when they have the chance to express themselves on social media, just use it to be abusive. And I think we've seen a lot of stuff in the press recently, haven't we?
Yeah.
Of particularly women, the most appalling things being tweeted to prominent women and what have you. And I don't know, there's something sort of a bit dislikable about it.
Whereas people wouldn't actually come up to you in the street and actually say the stuff you see.
Well, hopefully not.
Not often, anyway.
Well, that's the thing, but they're never going to recognise Chris anyway, because Chris keeps himself deep undercover.
Well, that's the idea,
yeah. Congratulations, lads, on this new album. It's pretty hardcore.
Thank you.
We'll say that's a compliment.
Yeah.
No, but it actually is, because if I had turned it on and I didn't know that you guys had done it, it feels that it's really, really clubby. It feels really, really current. And is it something that you're excited about, or?
Yeah, I mean, we set out to make a dance album where every track could be played by a DJ in a club.
Not every track can be played by Radio 2, though. But
no.
But maybe that's what we should do. What we should do is we just play this until 5 o'clock and see what happens. Just run it right the way through.
You can play it. Oh, that's why on the single you've just played, Love is the Bourgeois Construct, there's a daytime edit and there's a nighttime edit.
And which one did we... That was the daytime edit.
You've got the daytime.
Why have I been given the daytime, Ricky? I want the nighttime.
Because the nighttime edit has got the weird noises in. Only suitable after 7 o'clock.
Too hardcore for Radio 2.
I see. But you see, what I quite like about it is that there's that classic thing that you do with your voice, Neil, when the chords build.
Yes.
And you've kind of got this sexy menace, which suggests that, fun and games could happen. I quite like that.
I'm speechless.
Did you get that from
Sexy Menace. Well, there you go. That's the song on the next album.
There you go. That's the title of that.
Yeah.
So whenever you heard that this was going in at number 3, do you still get excited about that, Chris, or is it after the length of career and the success that you've had?
I still think you want, everything you do to be a success. And I don't really pay that much attention to the charts as some members of the band do, but I don't like to hear that it's been a flop.
So do you keep an eye on things then, Neil, and then you just ring Chris
Apparently, yes. I think we were both quite thrilled. It went in the charts high. And it's had a very good reaction, this album. And I think people have just reacted to the spirit it was made. It was made to be sort of super enjoyable, so you could dance to it. It's at the same time it's got kind of different moods. It is quite hardcore, some of it. We wanted it to be quite banging. And I think we probably sort of in our heart of hearts resent the idea that because you've been making records for a long time, you can't make something that's current or hardcore or whatever, because I don't really think that, I don't really believe in that equation,
No, I don't either, and actually listening to it, I think that it sounds current, but it sounds classic. It feels like the type of thing that you guys, it doesn't sound like you've been listening to anybody else and have decided, let's make a dance record. It feels that it's sort of a natural evolution, and it's your take on what you want it to be.
Yeah, it sounds like us now. Yeah, is the idea.
Okay, we're going to actually play a little compare and contrast. So we're going to play a bit of classic Pet Shop Boys, and then we'll come back and have another little chat. Oh, come on. Right. See, I want you to be talking over this with a little bit of Sexy Menace, Neil.
I'm liking the Sexy Menace. Well, actually, there's Sexy Menace on some of the tracks on the album.
Is this the daytime or the nighttime? Have we got the daytime edit or the nighttime edit?
What we're listening to?
It's a Sin.
Oh, right. How can you hear that?
Because I recognise
That's...
And we were saying that actually doesn't happen anymore. People, you have to... Why is it that you have to shorten stuff? Why do people not have the attention span anymore?
I think that's the assumption that people have got short attention spans nowadays. But I think it's whether something sounds
pop
long.
music started short, didn't it? I mean, songs were, 2 minutes?
2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
And then they got very long in the 70s with prog rock and all of that. And then
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Then it sort of got short again. So it's just the way of the world.
And so whenever you guys are working together, because you seem like you kind of intuitively know what the other person's about to say, and how does it work? Do you write remotely like Bernie and Elton? Do you how does the process happen for you guys?
Well, we normally write in the same room.
That's a good start.
Yeah,
that's why you've been together after so many years.
Yeah, but actually working with Stuart though on this album was quite good because he was based in Los Angeles. We were in Berlin, and we were sort of sending stuff over in a very, very modern way over the internet and stuff. And that was quite a nice way of working as well.
How does all that technology stuff work for you guys? Because you're always quite progressive. Do you miss the old classic synths, or do you embrace all of the new? Oh, let's just make an album on the laptop.
Well, on the new album, we've used... Stuart Price, the producer, has got a load of old classic synths. And also in writing the music on our computer, we have classic synths as software on the computer. So we use a mixture of old sounds and new sounds anyway.
So you're basically sampling old stuff on the new stuff?
It's not really sampling. They've sort of, how would you put it, recreated the old synthesizers... on your computer.
So where do you guys get together? Where does it actually happen? Where does a big banger of an album like this happen? Whose bedroom do you go to?
Well, you could make it in a bedroom, but we've got a little place in Berlin that we go to write, which is good because you're away from everything. The phone doesn't ring quite as much, and
does that put your heads in a slightly more avant-garde place?
I think it might do because Berlin's quite famous for its clubs and things, and Berghain and all these sort of places, and so I don't know. The funny thing is, but when you're in a foreign city, you tend to go out more than you do when you're at home. I don't know why that is. We always go and see bands when they're passing through Berlin and go to clubs more often. When we're in London, we tend to stay in or, don't go out so much. So that's a bit of an inspiration. And we've also got a place in London, so we can write anywhere, really.
So you get a little bit of inspiration from there, and then how did Bruce Springsteen end up on the...
Well, that was
the Springsteen cover.
Chris's sister mentioned to Chris that she liked this Bruce Springsteen song, and it wasn't like from Born to Run or something. Or back in the USA, it was Born in the USA. It was from his 2007 album, and so we were so intrigued that she liked this record. We played it off one of our phones or something, and it had a great guitar riff that you could imagine being a synthesizer riff, and on the records ended up being a vocal melody. But we immediately thought we'd make a good Pet Shop Boys record. We haven't done a sort of a four-on-the-floor banging cover version for years, and so we just went for it. Because
there's a bit of music propaganda that you guys weren't really rock and roll fans, but is that wrong, or is that...
That was in the 80s. And when we emerged in the 80s, rock music was very, in the wake of Live Aid, was very kind of pompous and saving the world, and it also was a big thing, nowadays rock isn't really such a
it isn't such a force of nature, really, is it?
Not like it was. It feels sort of like electronic pop and hip hop has triumphed, and so we probably don't. Sometimes rock can sound quite refreshing now.
But there's very few rock songs with the title "Love is a Bourgeois Construct." I think all that song title is missing is a "discuss" at the end of it.
Yes. It could be an exam question, couldn't it?
I think it could. But then you see, you put the dance beat on it, and it's got that little tongue-in-cheek thing that you guys are so good at.
Well, it's one of the original Pet Shop Boys ideas, was that you would have a dance record, but the lyrics might be not typical sort of dance music lyrics, and also the idea is you can write a song about anything, and this "Love is a Bourgeois Construct" the idea came from a novel by David Lodge called Nice Work, where a guy who runs a factory in the 80s falls in love with an English lecturer, and he tells her he's in love with her, and she basically says to him, love is a construct of bourgeois literature. And she says, what?
Well,
he takes it quite seriously.
What she did is...
What are you on about?
She actually looked at Neil in the same way that I'm looking at him now and go, hey? So where do you go from after this album? What's the...
Well, we're on tour at the moment. We've just flown in from Bangkok.
Of course you have.
We've just been on a Southeast Asian tour. We played in China for the first time, the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, Japan, and we're going to Poland.
You're just showing off now, Neil. You see, you're just showing off with flash holiday destinations.
Well, unfortunately, we're not having a flash holiday, but we had a great time there, and it was very interesting to go to China, where people didn't hear our records till the 90s. So beforehand, we were asking one of the local people how they were going to react, because they want to think, oh yeah, I used to really like you in the 80s. All they played on Chinese radio in the 80s was revolutionary songs. So, and he was telling us how people have listened to current music and gone back and listened to and discovered older music and the Beatles and what have you. And when we went out, the audience actually was really young, and there were girls screaming at the front, and it was really exciting.
Guys, I could talk to you all day, but they're actually flashing the light because I have to do the traffic. And can we not just put the news back? Because we're having such a nice time
here. The thing
here.
is that the traffic's not that bad today.
Can I say that traffic?
Because everyone's still on holiday.
Traffic is a bourgeois construct.
It's a bourgeois. It is.
It is. The album is called Electric. It is a banger. It is out now. Just get it and enjoy, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.